Welcome to the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker. I'm Jesse May, and we have simply the best 12 boys and girls from every corner of the poker world thrown together in a league format. It's a 12-match season, and at the end of that, the top 4 players straight into the final table. The bottom 4 relegated to history, and the middle 4 in heads-up matches to see who can take the final 2 places. We've played a couple matches already. Let's see how the table is looking. Phil Hellmuth firmly in control in the promotional zone, while Vicky Corin has done good work to sneak into the top 4. In the playoff zone, very tight, and between Liz Liu and Kenna James, she has the edge based on her second place. In the relegation zone, Tony G and Roland DeWolf in terrible shape, while Ian Fraser has a game in hand. This tournament is glittering with the baubles of poker's past. A baker's dozen of WSOP bracelets, WPT winners, and with me, the first woman winner of an EPT title, Vicky Corin. Vicky, are you enjoying this tournament so far?
I am loving it. These huge personalities playing fantastic poker. Just to be near it, in my last heat, just sitting on the table with Phil Hellmuth and the Devilfish, I think I got sunburn.
Well, you're not just sitting with them. You put in a great performance last week, coming second just narrowly to Phil. That must build your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, this Phil Hellmuth seems unbeatable at the moment. I was annoyed not to actually win it. And, you know, of course, it's great to get the points for coming second, but the pressure is never off. You know, one bad night, you drop a couple of points, someone else gets more, you're in trouble. So. Well,
you're currently in the promotional ranks. Another great lineup tonight. Let's have a look at who's at the table.
I think this one is going to separate the men from the boys, because after this, there are only 3 more heats, and the other might as well go home.
I don't have enough points for today, only 2 points, but I think I get points today for sure.
I've had enough of second places. I'm here to win.
Of all the people in this tournament, who's had the most success in the past 2 years, I mean, that's me by a long way. You're going to see me in the final 6, so watch out.
These are the top professionals in the world, and if your strategy doesn't ebb and flow like a tide, you really don't have a shot.
For me, who I'm trying to defeat is myself. You know, there's an old Buddhist saying, better to conquer your own mind than conquer 1,000 men in battle.
This heat all about to roll on, Britannia. 6 players. It's a mix and match scenario from this Premier League. And what do we have in store for us tonight, Vicky? Looks like the Cowboy is at the table in KJ Kenna James. And he's kind of in one of those situations where he's mid-table, not unsimilar to you. He needs to get some points.
Well, he does. I mean, a lot of his energy has been going into the songs, and I applaud that. But he's got to accrue points at the same time.
As you know, players beginning here with 100,000 each in chips. Yellows are 1, blues are 2, reds are 5. But it's so much more than that, as the 20 points dished out on this table all count towards the league standings.
So the 3-1 chip lead going head up?
This is a league format with points awarded based on the players' finishing positions. There's 8 points for first, 6 points for second, and then 3, 2, 1 for third, fourth, and fifth. A big goose egg if you get knocked out first.
You won the underwater title.
This is going to be a great table with Roland DeWolf and Juha Helpy. They're best of friends off the table, but on the table they're going to get the digs in. Black's picking up a real hand, and Roland an opportunity to get himself in trouble. Uh-oh, now it's Black that's in trouble. This could be the end of Andy.
I don't know how Andy's going to escape this one.
Haven't seen too much of this in the tournament. The
How'd you like those
cold
apples?
deck.
How'd you like those apples?
Oh, well, this is pretty good. Andy's put in another raise, and I think if Kenna comes over the top of this, Black's gonna sense he's beat.
The problem is that Kenna James made a similar move to Phil Hellmuth with King-Queen offsuit. Can Andy lay down the queens?
I think the smart thing for Kenna to do here is just call. If he puts in another bet, I think Andy's clever enough to get away. Oh, he's moved all in. I think Andy Black is too good to call this bet. I really do.
He's called already.
Are we called?
Instantly. And this is it. Andy Black has decided there was no way away. The queens versus the aces.
Well, do you know, I would have thought that Andy could let that hand go, but maybe the final raise was just too little. He felt he had to call.
And I think Black's going to have about 3,000 left if this hand is over, but that's not going to get him very far. This is a rough situation for the Irishman. Great spot for Kenneth James right now. Just two queens here.
And ace-7 of hearts.
This is so horrible for Andy. You know, he's such a great player, and he started playing a pretty flary game tonight. When he found a real hand, this is what happens.
That's what I mean. If Roland puts his
Yeah, we're expecting great things out of him tonight, Vicky, but right now this looks like it might be the Cowboys show. That's the way it's going to start. Early double up for KJ.
Of course, Andy Black is left with some chips.
Some as in the sum of 1 and 1? That will have huge impact. Black, of course, third in the league tables before this heat began, Vicky. I just think he's going to be losing some ground there. And Kenneth James, chip leader here.
That's an enormous lead to have when there's still 6 people at the table. Huge.
I had a kind of restless night. I'm not sure if it was because Phil Hellmuth was, you know, I saw nightmares of him in my sleep or what, but for whatever reason, at 7 in the morning, I'm out of my bed.
Kenneth James, you know, appeared sort of in the room beside me. I saw his face. I didn't recognize him because he had no cowboy hat on.
Andy didn't recognize me at first without my hat and clothes on, but we had an interesting chat, and it led to us sitting down and meditating.
All of a sudden, about an hour later, I found myself teaching him meditation. So I'm hoping that today he won't use that to get deep inside my mind.
What's Andy got now? A couple of big blinds?
He's got the big blind right now.
Well, he can't afford to pass, whatever his cards are.
I wonder, I mean, what are the chances that if he actually lets the blinds go round, that someone else gets knocked out in the next 6 hands and he could pick up a point?
No, he's only got 4,000. He can't pass when he's put in the big blind. Whatever these 2 cards are, he's got to put the rest in.
Okay, I'm with you.
Pass.
And,
Right, all in and a call.
Kenneth says I'll spin him. It's only been 10 hands. This will be the quickest knockout we've seen in this tournament.
Well, it's not over yet. Andy's got 2 fresh cards, and actually the difference between these 2 hands is not as big as you'd think. There's not that much in it.
Negligible.
Come on, Andy.
You wouldn't begrudge a little spin up here, would you? But there's 8,000 in there.
Ooh, nearly. He needs to win a few hands in a row. This is not looking good. But
Thanks.
oh, a lot more cards for Andy now.
Yeah, straight flush draw.
A 3, a 6, a 7. He's got a few chances.
They've all been playing Chinese poker. They've been thinking about the royalty bonus and a
wow.
flush.
He's made a flush.
Still alive.
Black open for business again.
To get recognition.
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker. Still a full table of 6. Over in the green room, it's Hellmuth and his arch enemy, the Devilfish.
Somebody puts a bad beat on me, I go a little nuts. When I lost with aces, I would have been really upset. I might have fallen off the stage or something.
Back at the table, Roland Wolf never lets up.
Okay. Was he your boyfriend or something? Who is?
I don't have a boyfriend. Everybody doesn't have, although you do.
They are just like 2 7-year-olds. I don't have a boyfriend, just because you do. No, it is you who is fat.
I'm sure it's not for lack of trying.
I think you're quite attractive.
I love this banter.
What is it about him particularly that...
He's got a kind of strong, kind of masculine look, but it's softened a little bit by the